10-minute balance workout. Hi, my name is Doug. I've been a physical therapist for 30 years, and welcome to the 10-minute balance exercise class. This program is perfect for anyone who wants to improve their balance, their stability, and their coordination. Each exercise we're going to do for 2 minutes. If you want to rest at any point in 2 minutes, you're welcome to do so. Most people that are doing this program, they're going to find they're going to need to rest quite a bit throughout the class. The goal is to be able to do all exercises in this class. There's 5 exercises total without stopping, but that could take weeks or months to get to that goal. Let's start with the first exercise. Oh, and to do these exercises, you'll need a sturdy chair in front of you and a good chair behind you. I have a cushion on this chair, and I recommend a pillow or a cushion on one of the chairs. Okay, let's get started. The first exercise is heel to toe standing. You want to put one foot in front of the other and then try to let go of the chair, balancing just on your feet with your feet touching. Once you lose your balance, you want to grab onto the chair and switch to the other leg. Now the goal for most of us is to try to get to 20 seconds on each leg. So 20 seconds standing heel to toe on the right leg, 20 seconds on the left leg. But a lot of people are going to find that when they let go, they've got to grab on right away with one hand or both hands. That's fine. In the beginning, as long as it challenges you, it's going to make this better. What I've learned in all my years of practice is that challenging your balance is the key to getting it better. So when you're doing a class like this, a balance challenge class, you want to make sure that you're struggling with it. If you're finding that it's really easy, let go. If you're finding that it's hard, it's perfectly fine to use your hands to make it a little bit easier so you can get through the exercise. If you can only do 5 seconds on each leg, that's a good start. Try to get to doing 5 seconds without holding on, and then slowly try to build that up to 10 seconds on each leg. Now I'm demonstrating about 10 to 15 seconds on each side, which is pretty good. But a lot of people that are doing an exercise class like this, they may only do a few seconds and then lose their balance. Now you want to make sure that your body is centered over your feet when you're doing this and that your knees are slightly bent. If you're finding this really difficult, it might be because you're trying to straighten your knees too much. You don't want to have your knees stiff. It's a lot easier to maintain your balance when you're walking and moving around when your knees are slightly bent, because that way you can adjust a lot more easily. When your knees are locked, it's like having 2 stiff podiums, and it's just really difficult if you feel that you're losing your balance to shift when your knees are all the way straight. So you want to keep going, keep changing legs. If you feel tired, you can just stand and follow along with us, or you can even sit down. Okay, we're going to do this for another few seconds, and then we're going to move on to the next exercise. Okay. So the next exercise is a pillow squat. So I want to sit down on my chair behind me. I can use my armrest, or I can cross my arms this way depending on my strength, and I'm standing up all the way and then sitting back down. I'm going to put that chair in front of me. So standing up and then sitting all the way back down, letting my weight go on the cushion. Standing up and then sitting down. Whenever you stand up and sit down, you want your head to come over your knees before you stand up. A lot of people have trouble standing up because they try to stand up with their weight behind their knees, and it's just a lot harder. You have to have a lot more muscle strength to do that. So if you're struggling standing up, one of the easiest tricks you can do is bend forward over your knees and then come standing up. A lot of my patients, they struggle with standing up. And so I've learned over time that part of it is technique and part of it is strength. So if you want to improve your leg strength, you can't just practice an exercise 1 or 2 times. You've got to do it for as many repetitions as you can do. So that's why I have people put a pillow underneath them so that the person can do more repetitions. Because even if you use 2 pillows, which makes it easier, if you do 10 or 15 repetitions, that's really helpful. You can also use this chair in front of you to help you stand up if you're struggling. You'll still get a lot of benefit. Your muscles are still working even if you're holding the chair. Obviously you can also use these armrests to push yourself up. But if you're doing well, try to do it with your arms crossed. You've got about 10 more seconds. I've been doing it the whole time, but if you want to stop and take a rest, that's fine. About 5 more seconds, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. Okay, so the next exercise is called single leg stands. We're going to grab the chair in front of us. We're going to shift our weight to one leg, lifting the other leg off the ground, and then try to let go. And this is just like tandem standing. We're going to try to let go for as long as we can. The goal is about 20 seconds on each leg. So the idea here is this. A lot of people, when they walk, they shuffle. They're not lifting their feet up off the ground. So standing on one leg is really the best exercise of any exercise to improve your walking, because it helps you relearn how to stand on one leg, which is something when you're young you know how to do, but as you get older you might have had some falls, you could have had a stroke, or you might have a disease such as Parkinson's disease, something that limits your balance, and you get afraid of balancing on one leg. And by being afraid, you change how you walk. And so a lot of people that shuffle, they're not really shuffling because of a stroke or because of Parkinson's. They're shuffling more because they're really afraid of lifting their leg off the ground. And so they adopt a gait pattern where they shuffle. And in doing that, you actually make it more likely that you'll fall. And that's why this exercise is so helpful, because it can help you safely regain that ability. Now, if you're having trouble, if you lift one leg up and you're finding that you're falling right back down again, and I'm sure a lot of you that's the case, you're probably not leaning over your leg enough. If you watch me, I'm really shifting my weight over my hips, over my leg that I'm standing on. In fact, my shoulders are centered over the foot that I'm standing on, and that requires a lot of movement. In my clinic, when people have trouble with this, they're not shifting enough. They're not really shifting their weight over one leg. Okay, we're up for the next exercise, which is backward stepping. To do that, we're not going to get away from our chair, but we're just going to take 1, 2, 3 steps in one direction, and then 1, 2, 3 steps in the other direction. 1, 2, 3 steps in this direction, and then 1, 2, 3 steps in that direction. I'm lifting my feet off the ground. I'm not shuffling. So if you're shuffling, you can grab the chair more and really try to practice lifting your feet up off the ground. You might wonder why we're doing an exercise like backward stepping. A lot of patients say, I never step backwards. Why do I need to practice that? The answer is because throughout the day, you actually do have to walk backwards quite a bit. When you're getting ready, when you're in the bathroom, when you're cooking in the kitchen, you're always taking steps backwards. But another thing that people don't realize is when you're walking forward, you're stabilizing yourself with your ability to take a step backward. A lot of times when you struggle with your balance or when you feel unsteady, you compensate by shifting your weight to the other leg, by actually almost taking a step backwards, even though you're not moving backwards. So practicing this can actually build that balance programming, and it can make you feel more confident when you're walking forward. There's also a theory in movement that whenever you have something that you're struggling with, whether it's walking forward or stepping up a stair, if you practice it backwards, it makes that movement, it improves your quality of your movement. It actually makes your program in your brain work better to practice these things in a backwards way. So practicing walking backwards is just a great way to improve our forward walking. Okay, now we're up for the last exercise, and I'm actually going to use my little cushion that's behind me for this exercise. You don't have to, but I want a target to tap. So I'm kind of putting that in front of me on this underneath the chair, and I'm going to practice going right, left. It's called tapping. So I'm going to tap my foot, right leg, tap my left leg, tap my right leg, tap my left leg. You don't need something in front of you. I just wanted a target so that people at home could see what I'm doing. You could just tap the carpet in front of you or the floor in front of you. So this exercise is similar to the single leg standing, but now I'm actually doing something. Now, while you're doing this, you don't want to put all your weight through your foot. You want to just be tapping your foot. Tap, tap. The reason is if I put all my weight through it, it's actually an easier exercise, and we want to challenge ourselves. So we're shifting all our weight to the right leg and tapping the left leg. Shifting all the way to the other side and tapping the right. Now, if I'm struggling, I can put one finger on this. I could even grab with both hands on the chair in front of me. But the goal is to be able to just go right and left for 2 minutes without holding on. All right. So we got about another minute to go here. I'm going to grab on there. And as for your speed, you want to go kind of slow with this. You don't want to rush through any of these. And again, if you need to sit down and rest at any point, that's fine. I really recommend doing this exercise program for 10 minutes every single day for a few weeks and see if it improves your balance. Most patients that I work with, this would have a significant improvement in their balance. Okay, I think we're all done. I really hope this was beneficial to anyone watching it. I've done this with a few thousand clients, and I know these exercises are really helpful. It's only 10 minutes. I have longer videos that are 15 and even 30 minutes. But if you want a great starting place, this video is probably the best place to start if you're just getting going on trying to improve your balance. So if you like this, please subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. I hope you found this video helpful. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. If you would like more help with your balance, look in the description for a link to a course I created that can help anyone improve their balance at home.